Hi guys, believe it or not, we are fast approaching the 100th episode of this YouTube channel. It's been a roller coaster of a journey. Thank you so much for all the love and support. And leading up to that 100th video, I reached out to loads of people in the comments section, the subscribers, and on Twitter, and asked, what are your comic making questions that you have for me? And I will do my best to give you my opinion, and this is only my opinion, and try and answer those as best I can. So there is still time. So if you do have a question that I haven't answered on the channel yet, remember, this channel is for you. It's not for me because I know how to make comics. So if you've got a question, stick it in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and let's answer some questions, shall we? Okay, so Eve on Twitter says, "Hi, Matt. I am a sci-fi indie author currently writing a 5-book series regarding vampires in a zombie apocalypse." Sounds awesome already. "With zero drawing ability." Me too. While I could practice all the drawing, how does the writer-illustrator relationship work when it comes to indie comics, and who approaches / hires who? Eve, thank you very much for the question. So I'm going to answer it from my perspective. Now, I've been making comics for nearly 10 years, and in my experience, what tends to happen is the writer usually approaches the artist, because normally you're starting out from, the very, very beginning, and you don't have that reputation for being a great art writer or a great artist. So, it's your job to start the networking process. So what I would do if I was starting from scratch again is you try and embed yourself into the independent comic scene by, going onto Reddit or Twitter, that kind of thing, and just interacting with the other people that are in that community. And then once you have that script ready, and I'll be honest with you, you're going to need some money to pay an artist, because artists don't work for free, and if they do, they shouldn't be. But then once you've got your script and you've got a pile of cash saved up, then just reach out to the artist that you've been communicating with, that you've built a relationship up with, and then all you do is say, "Look, I've got the script, I like your style of art. Would you be interested in working on a paid collaboration or a work for hire agreement," depending on how you're going to do that, and just start from there, really. And I have a question from David Malowski from A Place to Hang Your Cape, and if you don't know that site, you should check it out. There'll be a link in the description for those guys. David asks, "Matt, a question I see from a lot of newbies. If you're a writer with a great idea, what's the best approach to getting an artist on the project? Is it inappropriate to try and get someone to collaborate with you as an equal partner rather than just paying them straight up?" David, that is a great question, and I'm going to give you my opinion. And remember, this is just my opinion on this. I am a big advocate of artists never working for free. If you're an artist, don't do it. Don't be convinced with the back end pay, because unless you are working with a massive name writer and that book is going to sell gangbusters, they've got a publisher lined up, that kind of thing, you're going to be doing a month to 2 months worth of work with the art, the inks, the letters, the colours, whatever you're involved in, and you're not going to see any money, if anything, for 6 to 12 months. I know I wouldn't work for free for a month, so no, if you're an artist, don't work for free. How I would approach it if I was a writer, and this is exactly what I did all those years ago, I learned the craft, I started small, paid my collaborators to produce my smaller stories, and then as that I was ready to tackle the 24-page comics, then I gave my artist collaborators a chunk of money to produce the art with me, but I also gave them 50% of ownership of the actual comic as well. So they're getting rewarded to work on a comic that they own part of. And that's how I did it. It's worked really, really well for me. I've put out a lot of great books, and I've got to work with a lot of great artists, but I would never encourage a writer to go to an artist and say, "Do you want to work for free?" Because even if an artist does say yes, let's be honest, if you're an artist and you've got your passion project that you're working on for free, and you've got paid work also that's coming through the door, what are you going to work on most? You're going to work on the paid work, because that's going to keep a roof over your head and food in your belly. And if you're a writer, you're going to be waiting for those passion project pages for a long, long time. Okay, so always pay your collaborators, and start off on the right foot. Great example is Mark Miller, who we know that's done Kick-Ass, Nemesis, that kind of thing. Even when his career was just left Marvel and he was doing all his creator-owned books, he was still paying his collaborators $10,000 an issue, as well as giving them ownership of the comic. Okay, and that is a professional treating other professionals with respect, and I think you should do the same, because I know that's what I do. So, yep, never work for free.